Wait, what the f- After priming the miniature with Vallejo black primer and adding zenithal sprays of gray and white, I try out the 2.0 speed paints for the first time. I'd completely forgotten they came out. I'm excited to try these over the next few projects as the 2.0 line has a lot more colors, especially ones that can be used for flesh tones, such as this peachy flesh. And as you can see, I already made a mistake, as I should have added some lighter grays to the face with the brush, as the zenithal sprays did not get around the edge of the helmet, leaving the faces very dark. Bony matter fared just as poorly, but again this is not an issue with the paints, just my poor pre-planning or lack thereof. For the clothing I went with ochre clay for the base coat. I won't be trying to do any camouflage patterns and wanted to keep this model fairly simple. I really like this color and this would make a great base coat for orc or goblin flesh. For the boots, belts, gloves, and packs, I apply satchel brown, which covers smoothly. I need to apply this next to the original Darkwood speed paint and see which is darker, assuming they aren't the same shade, just with an updated moniker. For the guns, artillery, and binoculars, I apply one of the new metallic speed paints. At first I didn't think I was gonna like it, but once I started throwing it on the artillery piece, I fell in love. I return to the clothing and add shading with thinned down desolate brown in sparing fashion. After this shade, I take this model outside and hit it with a couple of light coats of Testor's Dull Coat matte varnish. Before layering on highlights using the Army Painter War Paints line, for the final highlight I apply to the clothing, I feel like I should have mixed a lighter yellow with witch brew. It doesn't look bad like this, but I think a little yellow would have stepped up the final highlight in a positive manner. For the metals, the highlights are built up using plate mail metal followed by shining silver. .502 apt along engine grease is streaked here and there to add some grime. I didn't really know what I was doing with this product, and it's been in my drawer for over a year now. I'm glad I decided to apply it sparsely. It went on smoothly, and especially on the artillery it looked great. I added a little more around the guns just to see how it would act on smaller areas, but I didn't add a lot. I added some scratches with night scales and gunmetal metallic paints to the artillery, and I don't know why, but I decided to add 9 sauce to the face, as if it were poorly written with a can of spray paint. Wait, was spray paint around during World War II? It looks like the aerosol can patent went in around 1926, first aerosol spray paint sold in 1949, swing and a miss. I finish up the flesh in the base where I wanted to mention for large weapons like this, I like to cut the larger tufts in half and glue them on both sides of the wheel, giving the impression that it was rolled over top of the bush. Maybe it's just me, but even small things like this help to lend further air to the intrusiveness of war. Of course, I completely forgot to paint the coils, and with the artillery weapon glued to the base, I settle for now with just a mix of shamrock green with glazed medium. This is a finished result. I'm pretty happy with how it came out considering I didn't do much at all for this project. I didn't have any issues using the Speed Paint 2.0 colors, and to me they seem to work as easily as the previous colors, and maybe even they look better. I'm especially liking the ochre clay and broadsword silver. And using the speed paint glaze was great on thinning it without losing the properties of speed paint, which I realized was exactly what I was doing anytime I mixed speed paint with the Vallejo glaze medium. Clearly there are different mediums for different reasons, and using a glaze medium would only work if you wanted a glaze. That's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you learned something or inspired to start or expand your own collection. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. And if you like the content of this video and would like to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Jim with Working with Miniatures. I'm truly grateful for your time, and I bid you a fond farewell. For the next video.